Hey, this is Bagel. I am not the one recording because I don't have shit to record with. Oppie here, Oppie Gasai, go check him out. He's the one recording this video. So, yeah, everything should be under control.
Mm-hmm.
And we came up with the name for this podcast in like 5 seconds. So I guess we're just gonna call it the Bagel Roundup.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just call it that Bengal Roundup podcast. So, what is today's topic?
We got a bunch of topics, or actually, we only got three topics, but we can talk about random crap, and whatever stuff you have on your list. But I think first you should talk about why you want to make this podcast.
Okay, well, there's actually quite a few reasons, but the main reason is that I've always been a fan of other podcasts. Like I would watch so many other podcasts and I would just like put it up in the background while I play games. Like I'd be like, I want to watch something, but I also want to play a game. So I'll throw up a podcast, listen to people talk about shit, and just play games while doing it. It's a great addition to whenever you're doing something else and still have something playing in the background, you know? That's one of the main reasons because like it inspired me to create content like that.
Yeah.
So what about you? What made you want to be part of a podcast?
I mean, like, mainly because it gives me something to do other than video games and shit.
That is fair. Especially like being able to like just talk about things that like how do I explain it? You talk about something as if you're talking to a friend, but it's also something to be interactive with other people that are viewing it.
Yeah.
So it's like getting your voice out.
And I mean, like, we talk and whenever we're playing a game or something, we talk in voice chat a lot, and a lot
Oh
of the
yeah,
stuff we talk about, it's pretty funny.
it's
Um,
also really good to be in a podcast. Like we're just like it's like why not make a podcast? Like we already have everything going for it. We just got to record it.
yeah.
Mm. I'm drinking
So
some I'm drinking some off-brand soda, Dr. Thunder. You ever had off-brand soda before?
I have before when I
Mm.
visited you.
Oh yeah, that's all we have is off-brand soda.
Yeah,
Okay, so topic number one, or topic number two, basically, because we already went over why we started the podcast.
yeah.
So,
So, well, there was another reason you said before we did the podcast. You're saying you're going to be doing live stuff for a while, and it would be difficult in the situation. You said that you wouldn't be able to do
oh yeah.
regular
So yeah,
gameplay and stuff.
I'm gonna be in a situation for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I don't know how long it's gonna take. For obvious privacy reasons, I won't be disclosing what it is, but yeah, I do have plans and personal stuff I have to take care of for a while. So a podcast is just something easy that I can do while I'm doing this thing, while I can't, be at home recording gameplay videos, editing my shit all the time. So there's just some easy content to make and push out while I can.
Yeah.
So now, what's our major big topic that we have for today?
Well, we don't really have too many major big topics. We just, I don't know. But something I saw that was interesting. Um, I'm a big Star Wars fan. As of lately, I've been getting back into Star Wars, and I like Star Wars a little bit. And we both like gaming. But and you're the one that brought up this idea or
Yeah,
this article. Is EA is losing its Star Wars exclusivity license, and you said that apparently Ubisoft is
hmm
getting the rights to that.
yeah. Apparently Ubisoft is making a open world Star Wars game.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me about that a while back. I didn't, I forgot, I completely forgot about that. Um, but yeah, a lot of the a lot of the Star Wars games that have come out over the years have been kind of linear, you know? Like
Yeah.
I don't think there's really been any campaigns for them, and
hmm the loot boxes. I heard Battlefield. I'm not Battlefield. Battlefront 2 or whatever it was had like a lot of ridiculous loot boxes, a lot of pay to win aspects. I never played it myself because I'm not a Star Wars fan. But from what I've heard, they've completely ruined the whole fucking gaming experience of it.
yeah, that's one of the gripes I have about the current. Cause EA is there. It's just who EA is. EA has always been known for that kind of stuff.
hmm I just think that it's a good message to these game developers, these companies that don't care about the product, they just care about the money. Because they know it doesn't matter whatever they make, as long as they put Star Wars on the title, people are going to buy it. So they're not going to put a lot of effort into the game itself.
Exactly.
And that's what needs to change.
And you know, one of the apparently one of the things, the reasons why they're taking away this contract from them is because of the amount of games they've made. They haven't made enough games. They only
Oh,
released
so
4 games in 8 years, apparently.
I'm starting to think this might not exactly be an issue of the actual product. I feel like the company or like the people that own Star Wars. I think it's Disney, right? Disney owns
It's
Star Wars.
Disney. Disney owns Star
Yeah,
Wars.
I'm starting to think now that Disney doesn't care about the product either. They just want more money.
Yeah,
If
that
it's about how many
exactly.
games that they release, I think it's about
Exactly.
that.
Now, we can hope that Ubisoft doesn't fill it up with microtransactions, but
Oh, they're going to.
they're
I
probably
love
going to have to
Ubisoft.
because Disney.
I love Ubisoft, but the last few Ubisoft games I've released have been extremely lackluster.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know
The
what? Good thing for Star Wars fans that have Xbox Live Gold, Xbox Ultimate, whatever the fucking massive ass name is. If you got that, you're gonna get it because
mhm,
Ubisoft games are coming to
to
Xbox
Game Pass.
Game Pass. Yeah, they come to Game Pass.
Now, I am not a subscriber of Game Pass, but I do look at the prices and all that you get from it. It definitely is a really good deal, and I am looking forward to actually subscribing to it in the future. Would you
Yeah,
recommend it? Because I know you're a user of it.
I would definitely recommend it. If you
Okay, that's
have
good.
good income coming in, um, you should be able to use it. It's pretty good.
Now,
And I
this
mean,
isn't a
like,
sponsored thing, anyways. Like, this is actual genuine, because like it does look like a really good deal.
it is. Everybody says that. Everybody says that. It's a really good deal. And it is. I got so many fucking games. I think I whenever I first got my Xbox, I was playing just a few games and I was playing the games you had. I was always
hmm
ended up having to play the games you had because we did game share. But whenever I got Game Pass, I started playing games that not even you had, and I was having fun with
Yeah,
them. And
making me jealous, man.
yeah, and there's a lot of expensive games on there too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So
Like
like,
it's not just like the base games. You also get a lot of DLC with them as well for
yeah,
free.
you get like the ultimate version of like
hmm
some stuff too, which is
I
really
gotta stop.
really
I
cool.
gotta stop sounding like this is a sponsor thing because it's definitely not. It just it just sounds good. But I don't want to drag this on because this isn't about the Xbox Live, Xbox Game Pass, anything. We were just talking about the EA thing, and
Yeah,
since you brought up the that Ubisoft is now making it, it's going to be going up to Game Pass as well.
yeah.
Was that confirmed? Actually, was that confirmed?
I think it is. It just takes time. It's like the EA thing. It's just gonna take a little bit of
Oh yeah, yeah.
time.
Okay. Well, yeah, that
Let me
sounds
look it up.
really good. I'm not a Star Wars fan though, but whenever this game releases, I do like Ubisoft, so I'm gonna definitely look at it, see how it is. I just hope it doesn't turn out as bad as Watch Dogs Legion came released. I hope it doesn't come out as bad as like the Ghost
Oh,
Recon games, like Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Ghost Recon Wildlands, because those were a big letdown.
I
Um,
just I just looked it up. apparently there are rumors right now, but they apparently do have a subscription service, Ubisoft Plus.
Hmm.
Huh. And I haven't seen any recent news. Let me go to the news tab of this. Rumored to
But while
next.
you're okay.
It's rumored to be the next subscription added to Xbox Game Pass. Anyways, that's interesting. And you know what? Actually, staying on the Xbox topic, we were planning on um doing the talking about the Xbox Live Gold thing.
Oh
We
yeah,
kind of threw it out, but I guess since we've
we could talk
moved
about it a
into the
little bit.
topic, we might as well talk about it.
Yeah. So basically what happened is that recently, Xbox has announced that they were going to be raising the price of the Xbox Live Gold subscription from $60 a year to $120 a year, I believe it was. But then I think it was like less than 24 hours. I don't know. But it was pretty quick. They completely like retracted their statement and not only said that they were gonna keep the $60 subscription for Xbox Live Gold, they were also gonna make free games on the Xbox available to be played online for free. So you don't need an Xbox Live membership to play those free games online.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of glad that Xbox made that mess up because now they kind of had to they brought light onto it, and now they had to backtrack on that a little bit,
Yeah.
which
So
is
at the end of the
really,
day, it just made the whole Xbox experience better.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I think I'm thinking what might have happened, what the reason why they made that bad decision is because Microsoft executives were like, "Hey, Xbox, you gotta start making money," because Microsoft's buying a load of shit. Xbox is you load. Microsoft is using its money reserves that they have. They have a shit ton of money to buy a bunch of studios, and they did. It costs money to do that EA deal and all that shit. And
Hmm.
Microsoft's probably wanting some money back quick. So
Yeah.
that's probably why they did that. But once they saw the backlash, they're like, "Oh crap, we don't want any bad press." So they pulled back on that.
Instead of like they need to make money, but stay consumer friendly as possible.
Yeah, and it's
Like
really hard to do that.
yeah, yeah. Like as a business, as a company, your main goal is to make money, but you also have to be smart on pleasing the customer.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, you're not making any money.
I mean, like, and Microsoft is the company that would best be able to do that. Like Sony, they don't have like massive money reserves. They're not as big as Microsoft.
Right.
Like the best they got is like making DVD Blu-ray players. You know,
And
like other
that's
than
actually that's
PlayStations.
that's one thing that I've actually noticed. I was watching the the creation of the sounds for Halo Infinite. Like
Oh
Halo
yeah.
would post like these videos about oh hey yeah this is how we're making sounds for our upcoming game, and they were using Sony boom mics and shit. And there was a lot of comments be like, "Oh, so Microsoft and Sony collab sometime in the future." It's just memeing like that, but
Yeah.
so yeah, like Sony doesn't just make PlayStation; they make like different devices, mics that Microsoft is using for their audio.
Yeah.
I just thought it was something pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, like on the topic of quote unquote collabs, apparently, Sony uses Microsoft servers to run their gaming services.
I didn't hear about that. That's interesting.
They apparently, I think they contract Microsoft because Microsoft is like the one of the server people like you go to like that Amazon and maybe Google. I don't think Google even does that anymore. I don't know, but Microsoft is a big player in that in that stuff. And Microsoft's actually becoming more and more of a company like they sell to companies. They hardly sell to people anymore. I mean like they have Xbox, but that's like a whole separate wing of their company. That's like all their consumer shit. all in one spot. But Microsoft makes a lot of money from just company deals and shit like that. Like if a company wants like something to run their spreadsheets on, they go to Microsoft and they do a deal with Microsoft to get like Microsoft Office or something for all their employees or something. That's the shit Microsoft does, and they make a lot of money doing it. That's why they haven't really come out with a new like Windows operating system, because they found out that they don't make enough money doing that, and it takes so
I
long to even get that going.
hate to change the topic super suddenly, but speaking on the long term of this podcast,
Hmm.
um, I actually do have at least one person that's already ready for being a guest member of the podcast.
Oh, that would be
So that's interesting.
in the next one. We could do that. We can do that in
Yeah.
the next one.
We're just gonna have to like make like a schedule. Like I'm not. I don't like upload a lot of videos,
Hmm.
and I don't like have like a schedule. But like I feel like this is such an easy thing to do that this wouldn't be a problem to just schedule every week.
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
Yeah, that sounds good. So no promises yet, but next week we might release another podcast.
Yeah. Um.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna go back off from the EA and all the gaming stuff, and we're gonna
Okay.
go to this article I found. Apparently, the first private space crew is paying 55 million with an M each to fly to a station. Um,
Uh, can you like explain
they're
that?
they're apparently being led by a former NASA astronaut who's now working for Axiom Space, the Houston company that arranged the trip for next January. That's the company. This is the first private flight to the International Space Station. It's never been done before, said Axiom's chief
Oh, okay.
executive and president Mike Sofrendini.
So what's the point of a private flight to the space station? Is there like some sort of like overarching goal, or or is it just for fun?
I don't know. Let me see. Let me read into it a little more, and we can cut some stuff out in the podcast.
Yeah, I probably won't, but like I'll like it, I'll fill in the gaps with me talking a bunch of nonsense until you find whatever you're looking for, you know.
So apparently, Accent is the first customers include Larry Connor, a real estate and tech entrepreneur from Dayton, Ohio, a Canadian financier, Mark Pathy, and an Israeli businessman, Etani Stabei. I don't know how to say that. A close
You should
friend
probably
of Israel's
you should probably source where you're getting this information.
You can. I have it in the video. You can see it.
Oh yeah, so you're recording it. It's like recording your screen, and
Yeah.
it's the okay, gotcha.
Um. Each of the private astronauts had to pass medical tests and get 15 weeks of training. I think I did hear about like a while back, like nowhere near like this time, but I heard a while back some other companies like SpaceX was planning on doing commercial stuff, but I don't know if this is the same thing. They're just saying private missions and private stuff. And it doesn't say anything about why they're doing it. I guess just for the funsies, I guess. I don't know.
I guess, or maybe, or, I mean, they did say it's like the first time, so like it's just probably just like, oh hey, we haven't done this before, just why not?
Yeah, let's do it. Um, what are your thoughts about going into space and the corporatization of space? Because I feel like this is kind of going into that a little bit.
Well, I think like well, I okay, well, I think there's a lot of things we can do with space and other planets and stuff. There's so much things we can do, and it's like it's like you can't even like begin to think of like all of the things that you can do. So like it kind of just like makes me just kind of like disappointed when all we're doing is just like, oh hey, let's just do a private tour, or not like not exactly a tour, but private what's the word, uh a private whatever private travel to the fucking space station. Like if that's all we're doing, we're spending so much money on that. Like we could be doing so much more. That's my thoughts on it. But like
Yeah.
it's not it's nothing bad.
They didn't really
I don't think.
say anything about like what they're doing up there. I assume they're just doing it for funsies, but they're probably doing something else up there. Probably some top secret operate. I don't know. Maybe researching UFOs or something. I don't know. But I think
That's not a bad topic to transfer over to after this. We could talk about some UFO stuff.
yeah. Apparently so we're gonna it's not really political, but Congress actually passed a bill, and a big bill. It was a big spending bill. But in that spending bill, apparently it instructed the Pentagon to declassify all all documents on UFO sightings and shit like that in the next 180 days. So when that stuff starts coming out, that would be pretty interesting to cover.
Yeah. Well, it's not the first time that someone in high authority in the government or in the military or whatever, like there's so many things that have been released from the government, the military, whatever, that talks about UFOs.
Yeah.
Like
And I'm like surprised. I don't know what it is, but like just 2020 seems like it just started kicked it off with that
mhm.
first thing they released the video, or that well, it was already released, but they confirmed that it was from um, the U.S. Navy, I think,
Yeah.
and it
See that
was real.
that's one thing that's I find like extremely just crazy, because like you would think that us finding something that might be otherworldly, you would think that would have a lot more attention, but like you don't hear a lot of people talking about it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Okay, well, I guess this is a great transition to UFOs and aliens and shit. So, first off, what are your thoughts about the existence of extraterrestrials?
I think I don't know what to think about it. I mean, like I'm just a lowly human, I don't. But I think I mean like there was some Israeli dude saying there was like a galactic federation or some shit. I don't know.
I heard about that.
I don't know what the heck he was talking about, but if there is, then why the hell have I not heard of it? Like
Well,
who's been
okay,
keeping us in the dark?
whether there is a fucking galactic federation or whatever outside of the planet Earth, um, I do think it's kind of stupid to not think that there is any form of life outside of Earth, because we're just one planet. And if one planet can hold life, then why can't another?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
And then
Yeah.
a lot of people will bring in religion into that, but I mean, I'm not really a religious person, so
I mean, like, I feel like religion and extraterrestrials can coexist and stuff like that.
yeah, exactly.
But actually, interesting thing. Way while back, before them releasing that stuff, apparently there was reports of like a certain gas being formed in I think Venus, and scientists were talking about like maybe it means there's extraterrestrial life on Venus. Not like as in what you think of like aliens or whatever, but like bacterial
Yeah.
extraterrestrial life.
That still does count as a living thing.
Yeah. Or they thought that's what it is. I'm chewing gum right now, so I sound kind of weird. Um,
It's okay.
but like this kind of stuff is really interesting. And back to them declassifying all this stuff. Like, I wonder how like far back the government's known about aliens. You know,
hmm I do
like,
have a theory about that though. Like I do think that the government or like very deep government has known about the existence of life beyond Earth, but I think they kept it disclosed and they kept it a secret because of all of the because of like the effect it would have on religion because there's a bunch of religion out there saying that humans are the only uh existence of life in the well not the only existence of life but like the you know what I mean like Earth is the only one to have life. So like if the government were to be able to say that oh hey your religion is wrong, this is scientific proof, there's aliens out there, like that would cause a lot of not only panic but a lot of rewriting of religion and stuff like that. So I think they've been keeping it secret to protect the people of the religious uh side of things. That's my theory. What do you have to say about that?
yeah. I'm I'm just more interested in like if they if they been keeping like it really depends on how old these documents are that they release. But like what else would they be hiding? You know? Like if they're gonna
Mhm.
like if they have the ability to hide info about aliens and stuff like this, like major stuff, what other major stuff would they be hiding? I mean, like I think this would possibly help legitimize the standing of some conspiracy theories,
Mhm.
like flat Earth theory, which it's been debunked numerous times. But if the government just suddenly comes out, it's like, oh yeah, all those conspiracy theorists that thought aliens were real, yeah, well you're right, and we were just hiding it from you. Like that completely legitimizes their it gives them reasoning behind believing um some conspiracy stuff.
That would also like I understand like a lot of people would be like, "Oh, this is just a conspiracy theory. It's fake." But yeah, a lot of conspiracy theories are just absolutely ridiculous, but there are also some that like, "Hey, this makes sense." So if one conspiracy theory were to be confirmed, that a lot of people would be like, "Oh no, that's crazy." I think that'll also cause a lot of panic. Be like, "Okay, what if the conspiracy theorists are the ones that are right, and we should start not trusting the government. We shouldn't stop drinking water because that's another conspiracy theory. People don't think water is a nutrition or that you need water. So like a lot of dangerous things could spread if one big conspiracy theory that a lot of people think are fake becomes reality. I think a lot of confusion would be occurring throughout the different conspiracy theories. You know, if
Yeah.
anything I said just made any sense.
Yeah, I mean like that can totally happen. And I mean like aliens is pretty big. That's a pretty big thing.
Yeah.
I'm like I think everyone is surprised that we aren't like freaking out about like the alien shit.
Oh, I would love for aliens to land on this planet right now and confirm our suspicions. I'm a big believer in intelligent life beyond Earth.
Just
Um,
they just like come on down and then
they just come on. Also, hey, some alien pussy might be fire. You never know. but uh, yeah, like I wouldn't be scared if I saw an alien land in my backyard right now and come out of its spaceship. I would not be scared. Would I be concerned for my safety? Maybe because I don't know what it's gonna be doing. But would I be surprised? No, no, no. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, let me change what I meant by scared. Would I be like surprised? No, I wouldn't be surprised because logically speaking, we can't be the only ones on Earth. I mean, we can't be the only ones in the universe. So if something otherworldly landed in out like in my backyard, I may be scared, but I wouldn't be surprised. So I did kind of fuck up there. I did say I wouldn't be scared.
And I just realized I accidentally muted my mic on the thing for just a moment. Um,
Oh, oof.
anyways, I was talking about I completely muted my mic. That was some crap. I'm gonna have
We'll
to
we'll
edit
have
that
to
out.
edit something like yeah. We're gonna have to edit
But
some part there.
there was apparently a dude who basically said that the growth of technology exponentially increases. Like it gets faster. We develop things faster and faster, and we come up with new inventions faster and faster. And ever since like the technology, or I don't know if that was like about computers or something. I don't know, but like apply that to like an alien civilization that's been around. I mean, like we're obviously not. I mean, like it's really rare chance that we're going to be around during a time where an alien civilization is at like the same level of technology as us, because we have billions of years of the universe. At any point in those billions of years, there could have been an alien civilization.
Hmm.
And you have to think like, oh, what if alien? Let's assume all aliens are kind of like us. Like they have wars, and every once in a while, like, oh, an alien civilization has a war. Oh, they blow each other up, and the civilization's dead, and we'll never see them again. And since they're in a completely different galaxy or a different solar system, doesn't even have to be another galaxy. Since they're in a different solar system, we wouldn't even know they existed.
Yeah.
And
See, like that's what I'm thinking. Like we could be that alien race that wipes ourselves out. Like like there's always these theories like, oh hey, there's an alien race out there that had a war between themselves and then blew themselves up and they no longer exist. We could be that alien race that we keep on talking about?
yeah, and I mean like, but I mean like, there could be other alien races that are like that.
Exactly. Like it's not just like oh a one-off thing. Like it's definitely possible for the human race to just wipe ourselves out. It definitely does look like that can be a possibility. We're not
Yeah,
invincible.
but I mean like, there's also the possibility of alien races that don't wipe themselves out and
Yeah,
have
exactly.
somehow figured out how to have peace with one another no matter what. And they have like super high technological advancements, and they've figured out how to teleport or some shit like.
Yeah, think of it like No Man's Sky. There's different alien races in No Man's Sky that have there's alien races that have wars between each other, but there's also different alien races that are allied. So it's kind of like being think of it as like countries,
Yeah,
but in space with different races.
yeah,
Like there's so much possibilities that could happen with the discovery of an alien race. So many possibilities.
yeah.
How long have you been recording?
So far it's been 30 minutes, and I feel like it's
30
going good.
minutes? Okay. Since it's the first one, I don't think we should go past an hour.
Yeah,
I think a good 40 minutes thing is good, but to close off the UFOs and alien stuff, I would like to ask you if you've ever had any UFO what's it called? UFO experience, a UFO sighting. Now, UFO doesn't necessarily mean alien. It could be like
yeah.
the literal definition, an unidentified flying object. Have you ever had a sighting like that before?
Well, I remember one time it was I was kind of young. I think I was like 9 or something. We, me and my aunts, um we were taking a road trip, and we're going to Colorado to go in the mountains, and it was all snowy and all that stuff. We're gonna have a vacation, and while we're going through there, we're going up through the Panhandle and all that, and I think we went into New Mexico. Let me see.
Ooh, the land of the aliens.
We
I
went
went to New
through.
Mexico one time. Yeah.
It was some
Um,
type of desert, All right, I don't remember if it was I think it was New Mexico. But we went up in the Panhandle of Texas and we turned left and we went to New Mexico to go through the corner and go to Colorado. And while we're going through there, it was night and I saw a light. I was just looking out the window, looking at like the sights because like there's some tall plateaus and stuff like that. And I saw like some weird green lights. I don't know. I don't remember if it was multiple green lights or if it was one green light, but it was flying around, and I don't know. I remember it like flying around, and then it just zoomed off and disappeared. And I instantly told like my aunt about it, and I was like, "Wow, what? Did you see that? Like, it's an alien." Or a UFO or something like that. And this was like during the time whenever I was into Secure Team 10 or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, it actually turned out that he was faking all of his content apparently.
Oh,
Yeah, his channel is gone now. Like he completely just went off the internet, but he was faking a lot of his shit. It has been proven. I was watching that. Holy shit! I used to be a big fan of
wow.
Secure Team 10 too.
Yeah. Damn. Did he remove all his videos?
Yeah, he removed everything.
Dang. Bruh, come on. I mean, like, don't remove your video. I mean, like, I know you're getting some bad press, but you're just selfish if you remove your videos. Cause like there's people who might like it, you know. I mean, like, I kind of like it.
It was it was some interesting stuff though. Whether it was fake or not, it was fun to watch. It
It
really
was
was.
fun. It was fun.
Anyways, it's kind of ironic that that sighting happened in New Mexico because New Mexico has this big thing. Because whenever you said New Mexico, I was like, "Ooh, the land of aliens."
Mm-hmm.
I went to New Mexico and I went to this museum all about alien sightings in New Mexico. Apparently, like aliens is a big thing in New Mexico, and it was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That
Um,
yeah. I think
anyways,
that is a thing.
I've had quite a few sightings, but nothing like super interesting. Well, besides one, which is what I'm gonna say, but um, a lot of these quote unquote UFO sightings could just be chopped up as anything really, but except this one, which is really weird that I've had, and this happened. I was in elementary school by this time, so I was really young, and it was during Christmas. I remember my mom wanted to take me to a Christmas parade. And I was so excited because I just wanted candy. I didn't care for the parade. I didn't care for Santa or whatever. I just wanted candy because they typically throw out candy. Um, well, spoiler alert: this parade had no candy, so I was bored as fuck. But so I was so bored, so I lied down in the grass, right? Because I didn't care about the parade at all. They were throwing candy, so I was lying down in the grass, looking straight up into the sky. And out of the corner of my eye, I see this light moving pretty slowly. So I turned to look at it to get a closer look, and it was this like hexagonal shape, like a typical hexagonal UFO, not a round one. It was hexagonal or an octagonal, whatever. It had corners, right? And on each corner were different lights. It wasn't rotating, it wasn't spinning. It was just moving straight across the sky, and it was completely silent. And the scariest part was is that it wasn't super high in the sky. It was pretty close down to the ground. Like it was like going right over our heads, but no one was seeing it.
Hmm.
So it was just moving silently across the sky, right above our heads, like super close. And I don't know. At this age, I just wasn't scared because I didn't know what it was. I At this time I didn't even think like alien or whatever. I just didn't know what it was. I was so young. But I remember this. And I remember it flying all the way across the sky until like past like a tree line, so I couldn't see it anymore. And then I just kept looking over there, like, what was that? And then about like 5 minutes later, it comes back from that tree line and goes back to where it was, same direction, right? Same direction, but going the opposite way. Again, no sound, right above our heads, and it kept on going until like past some buildings that I couldn't see. And I was like, okay, that was weird. And then again, like 5 minutes later, it goes back, same direction as it did the first time. But this is what fucking creeps me out. This is why I remember this. Another one was following it. So there was two of
Mm,
them.
that's
And
interesting.
I didn't tell my parents, I didn't tell my dad because again, I didn't know what it was. I wasn't scared. I didn't think alien or anything because I was like fucking elementary school. What was I gonna think? I was just at the parade for candy. But like I don't know, it just kind of like stayed in my head after I saw that second one. I was like, okay, this isn't right. Something's weird about this. And I just remember that ever since. What it was, I have no idea. UFO, unidentified flying object. It was just one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And no one's gonna believe me because it's so fucking detailed of the description, you know?
Yeah.
It's
It's
like so different from like the typical light in the sky, you know? Like I saw a fucking object with detail on it.
yeah. I'm just really curious. I'm really whenever they declassify this stuff, I'm really curious about what they know. You know,
Hmm.
obviously I'm curious about that, but I'm also curious about like if there are any space organizations that we don't know about
Yeah.
and the government does, or if they know like which specific planets they came from, or also like what technologies they have. Like, I'd be really curious about this stuff.
You know how okay, if there is a more advanced alien race out there that we become allies with, do you understand how fucking fast our technology will grow in the matter of days from that?
It would be pretty good.
It would be we would be fucking evolving so fast. I don't even know if I would be keeping up with it. I would be feeling like a fucking boomer at that point. I'd be like, what the hell is going on? What is this? How is this working? What does it do? I've never seen anything like this before. You know, like it's just all of this shit will be pushed in front of you that you don't even know what to think.
I really
So
think at that point, like, if aliens just came down and gave us a bunch of technology, I think it would clash with our culture.
it might, yeah.
Because, like, there are,
I
like,
feel like evolution is just a natural thing. If all this technology was given to us, we wouldn't know what to do.
yeah. And, like, because, like, there's the technology, we have the technology to have brain implants and stuff like that. Elon Musk is working on it, but, like, everyone now is saying like, no, hell no, I don't want to put no chips in my brain. Like that's like majority of people's opinions. They don't want to put
Yeah.
shit in their body that they don't have to have. And but that's just our culture. Like we just like our bodies and
Mhm. See, that's one thing that actually does scare me. Like I understand like getting like a prosthetic bone because I do have a prosthetic bone in my ear, my left ear, because I was born deaf. So I had to get surgery to get a prosthetic ear into my to my left ear. I mean, did I say prosthetic ear
prosthetic
at some
bone in your
point?
left ear.
I said prosthetic bone in my left ear. Okay, so like I understand like getting something fake into you, but what really scares me is getting like live technology into you, like something that could be hackable.
Yeah,
That's one thing that would scare me.
yeah. That that stuff is scary. I think with our culture, as our culture evolves, I think eventually, like, it's like I don't know how to explain it. But like I think as our culture evolves and we get used to more stuff like that, um, then we'll become more accepting to it and it'll
I
become
don't
a
know.
normal thing.
I don't know. I believe that technology is good, but we shouldn't drown ourselves out with technology. I feel like that'd be too dangerous.
Yeah, but I think eventually that'll happen. Either
Yeah,
that
it's just
or
that's just evolution because we're all thriving to find a simpler way to live, and
yeah,
technology is the simplest thing for that. But it can definitely be abused by some really bad people.
exactly. And governments too. What types
Yeah,
of government restrictions and what things would the government want from whichever people make these implants? Like, would the
exactly.
government want like to be able to, I don't know, control its people? Like, what if, like, this is starting to get into like communist China stuff, but
Yeah.
what if
Like if China started putting chips into all of its citizens, that would be scary.
that that would be scary. That would be scary. I mean, they're already oppressed as it is. I mean, that's how that opens the door for even more oppression.
Yeah.
And well, speaking about government, I think we've milked the UFO kind of thing dry.
Hmm.
Speaking about governments, apparently the South African government released its own browser to re-enable Flash support. Because
Huh.
Flash. Flash was disabled by Chrome and a lot of these companies because it just grew outdated, and Adobe, I think, said they would end support for it. They wouldn't update it anymore.
That's interesting. So so they're trying to bring Flash back. Is there a particular reason why that they want to do that?
Apparently, they just don't want to port their existing South African website from Flash to HTML.
Hmm.
I guess laziness. They don't want to
Well,
port
I
that
mean, is
stuff
it really
out.
laziness if they're creating their own web browser? I don't know. Like,
I know.
I just feel either they're trying to preserve like history because isn't Flash like a super old thing now?
It is an old thing, yeah.
Unless they're trying to preserve history, I don't understand why they would do it besides preserving history. Like,
Yeah.
or maybe they want to add on to Flash. Maybe they want to like make it better, make it more reliable. I don't know. But it's definitely interesting, actually. I want to see what they do with it.
SARS. This is like the South African. Oh, South African Revenue Service. Um, they said that the agency was unable to receive any tax filings via its web portal due to the because it was done using Flash widgets and stuff. So
Hmm.
apparently they just decided instead of having to redo all their widgets they used for their web portal, I guess they just made their own web browser,
Okay.
which is interesting.
That is pretty interesting. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think that it doesn't seem like that's going to really affect anything. Uh,
Yeah.
so good on them. That's pretty cool.
Oh, here's the kicker though,
Mm.
or not kicker, but here's the exception though. The SARS browser, SARS, and that almost sounds like a freaking that's a disease. That's a disease name. Anyways, the SARS browser only lets users access the official SARS website. So, yeah.
So it's a browser just for one website, is what they're
Yeah.
saying. Okay, then that's weird.
But you know what? This brings up the topic. What if there is an old browser that just decides, you know what? We're going to bring back Flash. What that would be interesting.
Hmm. Like instead of just like replacing old technology, why can't we just make it better?
Apparently there is an
If that's a
exploit.
possibility.
Apparently there is an exploit. I was reading on this and it said there was apparently some exploits that can be used against Flash. But I mean there are Flash. Speaking of Flash, there is a Flash archival thing that 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 keeps um Flash games like
Oh, I
or it
remember playing
archives
Flash
them.
games at some point.
It
Flash games are pretty
archives
fun.
Flash games. I mean that's the best part about Flash is the
Yeah.
Flash games.
Yeah.
No one cares about whatever widgets they're talking about. Um, Flash, uh, Flash Archive, Flash Game Archive. Okay, so a there's a place dedicated to preserving Flash-based games. Um,
We might have to check that out at some point.
That yeah.
Okay, well, I think this podcast has reached its end point.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about different things. We talked about EA and their Star Wars licensing got revoking. I mean, blah, blah, blah. I should uh I should work on my English next time before I start speaking. But so we talked about EA and Ubisoft. We talked about UFOs. We talked about this new browser. We've talked about other stuff that I can't exactly remember, smaller stuff. Um, but yeah, this is part one of the Bagel Roundup. If
Part
you,
one,
yeah,
episode
if
one.
you, episode one, whatever. If you have a topic that you would like us to talk about, please leave a comment down below, and we might actually talk about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this is Bagel Gasai. Big props to Oppie Gasai for recording this because I can't record it myself, unfortunately. But
And just
thank you
send
for
me the props for
participating.
all the podcasts we're gonna do because I'm probably gonna be doing all of them.
Okay, so yeah, so send all the so go to Oppie's channel, show him some love. There will be a link in description to his channel. Go check him out. He doesn't really upload a lot, but he does have a channel. So if he ever does upload, you'll be notified if you
Mm-hmm.
go check him out. So yeah, if you want to see more podcasts, let me know. Subscribe, like the video, and yeah, this is Big Gasai and Oppie Gasai signing out.
See ya.